Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to share the fragrances I got this March. I know March isn't officially over, it'll be over in a few days, but I'm not expecting any more scents to arrive. I do have a few packages en route to me, that's normally how it works, but I got a good number of bottles to share with you so far. So let's get into the haul. As usual, I will do these hauls how I think you guys prefer. I will share the fragrances that I purchased first, and then if I got anything in PR or as gifts from brands, those will be shared at the end of the video. That way you can actually see what I spent my money on. And I am still holding true to my New Year's resolution, and that is adding fragrances from my wish list that have been a part of my wish list for a very long time, rather than just buying things for my YouTube channel. I'm trying to actually be good about kind of checking things off my wish list. About 30 to 35 full-size bottles. Some of them are like littler sizes, so I don't know if I would include those. And I did buy one bottle of Define Me for a giveaway that I'm going to be having in a week or two. So that's not a part of this haul, but that is something that I also purchased for a giveaway. So we're going to start off with the fragrances I purchased to knock off my wish list. And these are two scents that are a part of Guerlain's Aqua Allegoria lineup. I love their lineup, and one of the things that I wanted to do is to just keep up with this line. It's a line that I love buying. It's a line that I love wearing. I know that there's issues with the line when it comes down to longevity, but overall I find this to be a very wearable line, and I do love Guerlain scents. So the two I finally picked up are Nettare de Soleil. These were particularly piqued my interest, so to speak. This is a honey scent, and this is like a beautiful violet scent, and I love what Guerlain does with violets. And honey, like, I was excited. So one of my favorite fragrances ever that was discontinued was L'Acetan's Honey Gentle Water. They discontinued it, I feel like 20 years ago, like 15 years ago. L'Acetan has this horrible problem of creating these beautiful wearable fragrances and then just getting rid of them. And I had a bottle of it, and it was one of the bottles that actually turned bad. And a lot of people ask about like longevity with fragrances, how long can you keep it? And if you keep fragrances cool and dark, generally they will last a very long time. This bottle was when I was moving, so it was actually always in like a box in a box in a box in a cold place. It never was on display any place with lights, and it developed these huge like chunks. It looked like somebody just took mayonnaise and just kind of like glopped it in the little bit left I had of Honey Gentle Water, and the fragrance itself started to not smell super nice. So unfortunately I had to get rid of that, and it was heartbreaking. So I've always been trying to find a replacement or something similar to Honey Gentle Water from L'Acetan. Now, I was hoping this would be it. This is a beautiful kind of light, gentle honey scent. And the reason why I was expecting it is because the nice thing about Honey Gentle Water from L'Acetan was it had this super sweet, washed honey. Like you had spilled honey on your hands, and then you were washing your hands, and you still kind of had the fragrance of honey on you. It was so beautiful, and it was always complimented whenever I wore it. And unfortunately, this isn't a dupe of that, but it does have that kind of nice, gentle honey scent to it, but it's a little bit brighter, and I do like that a lot. And this is beautiful as well. I do need to wear this more to get a better idea of how this fits specifically within Guerlain's kind of violet family, because they're very good with violets when they decide to actually pay attention to that beautiful note. And I have been liking this a lot, but I need to wear it more before I decide where it fits within my thoughts and feelings and ranks within other fragrances with Guerlain with violet. But these were two fragrances that I've been meaning to get at least within the past year, I'd say, and I finally got them, so I'm happy about that. Also, part of my wish list is to just add as many portraits collections that I want to my fragrance collection. I do love Penhaligons, and I am a fan of their portraits. So if there's a fragrance that I've tried from them, I've tried a lot of their portraits. I've been kind of slacking on the newer ones, but if there's something that piques my interest, I wanted to add at least a few more bottles to their portraits collection to my collection, and I decided to finally, and not by finally because it was recently released, The World According to Arthur. I did just review this. If I have reviews of any of these fragrances, I will link them below. This is a really beautiful incense dominant fragrance, but the incense in and of itself is very cold, very smudgy. Again, it smells like you're walking into some place where the incense had been burning hours prior and it kind of like went out, but you're smelling the remnants of the incense on the walls, in the air, maybe clinging to cloth around the room if it's on like furniture or drapery. And the room is kind of cold, but it still kind of has a smoky, soft, resinous feel to it. The amber in here to me is what really makes this fragrance, and I like very much how this smells. I've been kind of really drawn to fragrances like this recently, and so I think that's why I'm completely enraptured with it. And I haven't quite decided if this has knocked Mr. Herod off as my favorite Penhaligon's fragrance, specifically the portraits, but I do viciously love this fragrance, and it's really gorgeous, and I do love the head. Some people don't like the bottles. I like the bottles a lot. Last is, again, I know Serge Lutens is doing what Serge Lutens does, and I need to add the fragrances that I've been putting off adding to my collection. Sultan, and these are a part of my absolutely have to have fragrance collection. I just had samples and decants of these, so I was like, I'm just gonna buy them. I'm just gonna buy them. So these are the two Serge Lutens I added to my collection. Finally, I don't have reviews of these up. I'm probably going to do more Serge Lutens reviews very soon. I want to do kind of a brand overview and kind of share my collection, but because I'm adding a lot of these at such an urgency, I don't want to do the collection and ranking them yet. I've worn a lot of these. Some of these were blind buys that I've just been really interested in, but what I wanted to do was to make sure that I didn't just add everything to my collection and then a week later be like, hey, ranking this for you guys. Like, I want to spend time with them as full bottles in my collection. That's just how I am. But I only added 2 this month because I'm still deciding on the other ones that I wanted to get, but these were absolutely must-haves. Now, my mom was very sweet, and she gifted me a bottle of Lemon Island from Atelier Cologne. So this is a fragrance that is added to my collection, and I do enjoy this. I used to actually sneak spritzes of this from time to time, so I think she just decided just to give me the bottle of it. So thanks, Mom. There's been a lot of insane deals going on, like in regards to Ipsy. A lot of the fragrances I got this month were from Ipsy, but also like Ulta has their 21 Days of Beauty. And if you watch 21 Days of Beauty, if you keep an eye on it, sometimes there will be fragrances in there. And one of the fragrances they had was Lancôme Idole and Lancôme Idole Aura. And I have Lancôme Idole and Lancôme Idole Intense or Intensement. I didn't have Aura, and that was one I've been meaning to buy. So I bought, they were sold out of the 3.4, so I bought the 2.4 bottle. I've been wearing it. I'm almost ready to review it. I'm going to review it, and then I'm going to give you guys like my thoughts on the 3 of them if you are so inclined. But this is a fragrance that I got for 50% off on Ulta with their beauty steals, which was great. And then I also purchased at Ulta full retail price. This is Gucci. This is the Eau de Toilette. I did do a review of this. I also compared this in my review to the original Gucci Bloom and also Gocce di Fiore, which was an Eau de Toilette that was released. That was more of a watery version. And when that was released, I thought that that was their version of the Eau de Toilette. But when they released Gucci Bloom Eau de Toilette, I was like, oh. So I wanted to do a comparison when I reviewed this in case you had 1 or 2 and you were like, do I need to get it? And I do like it. The neroli in here and the citruses do add a very much needed brightness and a nice little bit of acidity that adds a nice modern sparkle to it. So if you enjoyed Gucci Bloom, but you thought it was a little bit too heavy, maybe a tad too mature for you, and you thought it needed some modern appeal, this is great. This is actually really nice. I wish the neroli stuck around just a little bit longer because I do think it is magical, but I have been enjoying this fragrance, and as somebody who is a fan of the Bloom line and collects the Bloom line, I definitely needed to add that to my collection. First was Thierry Mugler Aura, the Eau de Toilette. I have not added this to my collection because I didn't have an urgency for it. I do love the Eau de Toilette, the Eau de Parfum. I think I've tried the flankers, like in the store once or twice. This was a fragrance that I liked, but I didn't have an urgency to add to my collection, but it was like really cheap in the clearance area at TJ Maxx, so I figured I will rescue this little bottle, and 1 ounce is about the perfect amount for me in regards to this fragrance. Normally, I prefer the larger bottles when I am adding fragrances to my collection, but there are some fragrances where the smallers make more sense. This is one of them, so I got this. I also had, just because of the cuteness factor and a house I want to start wearing more for nostalgia, as Escada. So they had the Fairy Love and the Candy Love fragrances, and these are just so dang cute looking. So I purchased these. Now, growing up when I was in high school, I used to love, like, that's when like Sephora, people were really starting to shop at Sephora. My first job was at Ulta Cosmetics. And I remember one of my friends, we used to go to Sephora and like to department stores and smell fragrances. And we actually would have discussions about Escada scents. And one of the things that we would talk about is how fruity and playful and just pretty they were. Escada are the types of fragrances, in my opinion, that just to me smell happy and fruity and fun and flirty. There's something about them that I can't take too seriously, but I don't want to take seriously. They're fantastic scents, and at the end of the day, whenever I wear a scent from Escada, there's something that just makes me smile. They're just really nice fragrances. So it's a house that I've decided that I'm just going to start trying to add to my collection. I don't know if I would pay full retail price for Escada, but I think if I found some of the fragrances that I really loved at discount, I would probably pick up a few bottles. And I had actually smelled these before. I forget where I've smelled them, but I thought that these were fun and flirty and cute. And so I figured, why not? They were, again, like I think $12 each or something. They were really cheap. And I'm adding a more Derek Lem body mist. This is Love Deluxe, and I finally found a bottle of Diamonds and Rubies from Elizabeth Taylor. I'm probably going to be going over the rubies, the sapphires, and the emeralds if you are so inclined. I do love these cheapy fragrances as somebody that likes to smell mature and very sophisticated. A question I get asked a lot is, what is something that smells very mature, luxurious, and elegant on a budget? And these guys are really good and well looked over. I do think that they're not going to be for everybody, but you can find these like full retail price. I think they're like $60. You can find these at like Ross and TJ Maxx for like sometimes $8. So I think if you want something fun and sophisticated, or like a dress up scent, if you want to be a little bit more mature, these are great, and I do really like them. I also rescued this bottle from Ariana Grande. I want to collect her fragrances, actually. I have been really enjoying Ariana Grande's fragrances, so I decided to just rescue this little guy. It was in a little broken box in the clearance section of TJ Maxx. It was super cheap. I think somebody had sprayed it and opened it and damaged the box, so they were just trying to get rid of it. Now, these next fragrances are some of the fragrances I got from Ipsy. I always like to say, if you want to try and find great deals on scents, like specific brands, I would say like Define Me, Pacifica, Penrose, Kayali, I know I mispronounced that. Memoir Archives have kind of been popping up from time to time. Ipsy and BoxyCharm have been having kind of more full bottles available. So anytime they have something, I've purchased it. And actually that's where I got the Define Me of Sophia Isabel, because I have a little bottle of it and I like it and I wanted to review it, and they had it in the crystal format, and I thought, this is a fragrance I want to review more summertime. And I thought, hey, if I purchase this bottle, it'd be a cute little giveaway to do with that video. So I did purchase that through Ipsy. So I did purchase 3 bottles of Memoir Archive. One of them is on their way to me. Ipsy's shipping is very weird. So the 2 that were sent to me, in a more reasonable fashion that I purchased. These were not sent to me to review. We have Cabin Retreat and Wish You Were Here. Cabin Retreat is cedar wood, oak moss, and sandalwood. Wish You Were Here is summer rain, toasted almonds, and fresh ground coffee. I think full retail price, these are $60, so these aren't too expensive considering the amount of scent that you receive. I actually have been enjoying these. I haven't worn them too much. When I first got this package, I sprayed one on one arm and one on the other, and I wore them for a few hours, and they smell nice. So when I get the other fragrance, I might do a kind of little like, hey, these are these scents, and kind of talk a little bit about them. But I did want to kind of try this brand. I'm trying to review different styles of perfumery for you guys. So there's obviously like the indie niche fragrances. There's the Etsy indie niche brands, which I think are really fantastic. There's the luxury niche, there's the celebrity, there's the designer. But I think sometimes some people want accessibly priced, kind of kooky, crazy brands that are really easy to understand and wear. So brands like Define Me and Penrose and Memoir Archive and other houses like that I think are great. I still do not like, I think it's Gilded Fox from Penrose. I tried to like that one, but other fragrances from that brand I do like, so I might review. But I think fragrances like this might be great to review and share my thoughts with you guys. So I wanted to buy a few bottles and share my thoughts. So these were like YouTube purchases is what these were, but why not? And then they also had this like fragrance bundle, and it had this tiny little bottle of English laundry. I think this is, I don't know which one. I think this is Signature for her. I just thought this was cute and it smells nice. This will probably be like a morning scent. I'm not the hugest fan of English laundry. I'm also not the hugest not fan of English laundry. I'm not super impressed with them in regards to wanting to dedicate an entire day wearing their scents, but their scents do smell really nice on the skin. So in the morning, if I want something pretty and feminine while I do kind of my errands or, you know, work around the house and then want to kind of take my shower and wear something a little bit more kooky crazy, that would be a great morning scent. And then the reason why I actually ended up getting the bundle from Ipsy was they had Vanilla 28, and the whole bundle was $50. This bottle for retail price is $85, so I thought it was a good deal. When I purchased Love Memoir, I bought the gift set. So the gift set I think is like $99 with the bottle. It comes with a little travel and a body lotion, and I do love companion products. I do really like this fragrance. I do love that. So I also, before we get into the Monde Gourmand, I just got another sense of wood. Now I haven't smelled this one yet, but this is Mineral Cedar. I'm actually excited to smell this. I have a lot of their little travel size. I want to do an overview, so I'm going to be doing that soon, but I'm excited for this one. Now I did go back to TJ Maxx, and they had 2 more bottles from Le Monde Gourmand, which I believe is Urban Outfitters fragrance brand. And I think that they renamed some of their fragrances because the numbers coincide. This is what I'm saying. I can't say words. Coincide with newer names. So if you guys know more about this, let me know. What I mean by that is I got Rose Riche, which is 002. But now 002 is Rose Macaron, so that's why I'm thinking. So this is the new one that I just got. And then in the video where I shared with you kind of discovering and my little haul from TJ Maxx, I got Oud Sahara, obviously. If you didn't watch that video, I'll link it below. Chai Eclair, which I think now is Chai Spice. And Ambre Etoile, which nice. I like this one. It smells like gingerbread. I just wish it lasted on the skin longer. And my only issue with this scent is it doesn't smell like a gourmand, but it smells amazing. Last for the fragrances I purchased are the Le Monde Gourmand hair and body mists. So the new one that I just picked up was Creme Brulee. And then I got Fleur Manoy. I can't pronounce anything. Hazelnut. And if you guys are familiar with me, I have the hardest time pronouncing anything. And I'm getting to the point where I feel very disrespectful when I just mispronounce things, so I'm very sorry. But those are the fragrances I purchased. So most of these were purchased discount gray market, The fragrances I did spend full retail price on were, these are the only two I spent full retail price on. So I do utilize coupon codes, discounts, and deals. Everything else, gray market, coupons, discount codes, and stuff like that. But these were the only things I spent full retail price. I think full retail price for this, it was around like $276, and this was like $115. So everything else was a lot cheaper than full retail price. I did get a decent bit of PR. I'm actually excited for this brand. I've seen this brand a bit, and I think I've purchased a few of these in the past. They reached out for me, and me wanting to share with you a variety of different things and not just the normal luxury niche bottles or designer fragrances. I thought that reviewing these would be great. So they did reach out and offer to send me these to review, but these are fragrances that are very affordable price, very accessible, and these are actually perfume oil blends from Auric Blends. So they sent me 3. I have Mystic Blend, Honey Almond, and Moonlight. And I believe I've worn, I think they're lavender before or they're amber before in the past, and I really enjoyed it. So I've been wearing Honey Almond, obviously. If you know me, this sounds something I definitely like. And I wanted to try 2 blends that were a little bit more kind of inspired. So these, I believe, retail, full retail price, like $8.99. So already like super affordable. And I know that having fragrances like this to layer and blend is really nice too. So I will be reviewing these for you guys in probably the next week or two. I'm excited to offer a variety of different types of fragrances to share with you guys. So we're going to be reviewing these. Our City Fragrance did send me Orange Blossom, and I'm entranced with this fragrance. It's absolutely gorgeous. I will probably in the next week or two end up purchasing the other 2 fragrances because I really enjoy them. And this is just a beautiful orange blossom that smells like you're walking through an orchard on a warm day. I did review it if you're interested to know what I think. And I think it's gorgeous. So this is one that I enjoy a lot, and a humongous thank you to Flower City Fragrance for sending that to me. You have to review this very soon. I've been wearing it a bit. This is Atlas from Tumi. If you guys don't know, I actually enjoy Tumi's fragrances, and I do get sent their line. The last one I reviewed, Continuum, I was completely blown away by. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. This smells really, really nice, very accessible, very easy to understand, great scent for every day, but I need to wear it more to figure out exactly my real thoughts on how it develops and how it smells, and also how it fits in with the other fragrances that Tumi has released. And then I have the 3 new fragrances from Banana Republic. So we have Tuberose Overdose, Midnight Hour, and Velvet Pomegranate. I do really like Velvet Pomegranate and Tuberose Overdose. These are great. Again, I kind of wish this was a little bit more special, but still really beautiful. I am actually a huge fan of Banana Republic fragrances, specifically the Icon collection. I think that they've really kind of figured out where they fit in creating fragrances, and they've done a really, really good job. Last and certainly not least is probably one of my favorite fragrances I got this month, and I'm really happy that the brand reached out, because this is a brand I probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to try, and it's from Maison Rebatchi, and this is Jasmin Satin. They also sent me samples of their fragrances, so I'm going to do a discovery. This scent is beautiful. It's a very kind of green, crisp, like dew-laden jasmine bush, and it has this musky maturity to it. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. And it's just something about this fragrance that smells elegant and sophisticated and very kind of green, like more animalic jasmine, not like a dirty jasmine, not like a jasmine that needs to be filtered, but there's something very jasmine bush about this. Like you smell the stem, you smell the leaves, you smell the blooms, and you smell like the water that's like hitting on the leaves and all the stuff. It just smells really, really beautiful, but there's also this gorgeous clarity to this fragrance too. There's just something really beautiful about this scent that I've just been completely enraptured with, and I love. And I haven't tried these fragrances yet because I've had to review a lot of different fragrances and try a lot of different things. So I want to sit down 1 week and really just kind of explore this brand. But this is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So this was sent to me to review, but if I like any of these, I will probably immediately just buy bottles of them because excellent, excellent scent. Anyway, guys, that's it. Those are the fragrances I added to my collection this month. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if I have reviews of any of these, I will link them below. And if there's anything you would like me to specifically review, let me know below in the comments. This was a lot bigger and a lot more massive than I thought. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.